What's up, everybody? Hope you guys are having yourselves a good day. Before we hop into the video, do me a quick favor, drop me a subscribe. I upload every day. Now, Joe Budden and Gillie and Wallow. Now, this is a really weird beef that's been going on. I'm going to try explaining at least what I know so far in a very quick name, okay? So, Joe Budden is obviously the podfather. Everyone knows him as kind of the godfather of hip-hop podcasting, and he's, at least from what he presumes or what he's been saying, is that people have kind of been taking slick shots at him back and forth in the podcasting space, especially when the whole Roy and Mal incident happened. To quickly explain that, Roy and Mal were his two co-hosts. They left the podcast and everybody basically preyed on the downfall of Joe Budden. And honestly, it seemed like the Joe Budden podcast was never going to recover. Now, the Joe Budden podcast has recovered and it's bigger than ever. It has better guests, it has better hosts than ever. And it seems like everything is on an upward trajectory and Joe is making more money than before. Now, something that ended up kind of changing the culture was Complex came off a top 50 hip hop podcasts or influencers list, and Joe Budden was number one. Now, from what everybody has kind of been saying in the realm is that people have been taking shots at him because of that. Now, then it comes into Rory it comes into Gillie and Wallow and Charlemagne. They're on a podcast, and it seems like, at least I'm not sure, but they're subliminally kind of taking shots at Joe Budden. Is kind of what Joe Budden was kind of referring to. So he's been kind of taking shots at them, and it seems like Joe Budden is in a very happy spot right now because his podcast is doing well. Everyone thought he was going to fail, and he's prevailed. So now this man is on a warpath to beef with anybody who even talked down on him. Now, earlier today, he ended up posting and making fun of Gillie and Wallow, and primarily Gillie, because he's taking shots at Gillie, because Wallow doesn't really bother anybody. Now, Gillie posted a video on his Instagram. You guys are seeing it on the screen now, and it's basically him talking to his girlfriend or his fiance, wife, whichever, and you could see a little window. Now, Joe Budden took the time of that to basically call Gillie poor, saying that only poor people, you could see their little windows in their little main bedroom, basically calling Gillie and Wallow poor, specifically Gillie. Now, Gillie ended up responding, and Gillie ended up saying, after the washed up rap career, in and out of all the rehabs and on women, now you want a podcast beef. I'll beef when you start getting some ad money. Now, Joe responds and he says, you're selling butt out here for cheap. Watch your mouth when you speak to or of me. Now, I'm really confused about what's going on, because the thing about Gillie and Wallow is, and like I said, I could be 100% wrong, but it kind of seems like Gillie and Wallow just stay out the way. Wallow specifically, but it seems like Gillie kind of just cracks his jokes and stay out of the way. But at the same exact time, Joe does it. If Joe does it, it kind of seems like people have problems with it. Now, Gillie can make fun of other podcasters and people won't say a word. Same with Charlemagne. Charlemagne can make a bunch of jokes about different podcasters, Joe Budden included, and everyone kind of just laughs because Joe Budden, for the most part, has a negative connotation to his name. So when Joe Budden does it back, it seems like people do get a bit agitated. But at the same time, Joe Budden has a lot more aggressive tone where if he's perceiving making jokes or if he's just outright being vindictive. Now, I hope that these two kind of get along and they stop going back and forth, because podcasting is in a really good space, and the last thing we need is to see Joe Budden on every single podcast beefing with Gillie. But what do you guys think about this? Do you guys think that Joe Budden's kind of doing too much, or do you guys think that maybe he's just responding to all of the subliminals that are being sent his way? Remember, getting comment, subscribe. It's your boy. Have a nice day.